Hello, everybody. A few of you have caught me off guard, and I had mentioned this workbook that I had wrote in 2019. It's called Pivot from BS. It's not what you're thinking. It actually means belief systems, but I'm a big advocate of making sure to focus on the cause, not the symptom, because if you fix the cause, symptom goes away. So this 411-page workbook is actually designed to help you pivot in 90 days. Now, the important thing to know is when you are pivoting, it isn't enough to just say, yeah, I'm going to pivot. What are you going to pivot to? You need some clarity. So because there is a lot of information in this book to get out of your head and onto paper, I'm going to go in here and just kind of tell you what it is that I was intending for you to get out of your head and onto paper so that you can make this thing work for you to your advantage. And for those that are watching this after the fact, this workbook is actually available on Amazon, and it is like huge. So this one, we're going to start off. The reason why I do it like this is because there are many things that we have to get right in order to find balance. And balance is just an illusion anyway, but there's a lot of things that we need to focus on in order to be able to get to where we want to go. And I recommend you choose one to really focus on in 90 days, and then in the next 90 days you work on something else. But we start off with career. A lot of people, I didn't know that people went to work not happy doing what they love. I literally may be the only person on the globe that didn't realize that that was something that people had done. But you think about how much time you're spending at work every day. If you're not doing what you love, that is a miserable 8 hours to be wasting. And the world is a big place. There's lots of things to do. Anything is possible. And so, I mean, if you're hating your life for 8 hours a day, my goodness, start digging deep into this chapter and figuring out what it is that you want to do. So one of the questions is, how would you feel if you could spend all day focused on the things that you genuinely love? So I ask questions, and I encourage you to write in here in detail. This is not a picture book. It is not an information book. It's a let's get it done book. So the questions that I ask in here, I want you to sit down and really think about them, answer them, write them in here. Then there's lots of questions. That's just on career. And then you make your statement, and it's documented so that you know where you were, and so that we have something to work with when you get to where you want to be, right? Next is love. We all need a whole lot of that. So there's a whole section on that that we focus on. Health. Right now, that's top of mind for everybody, isn't it? Relationships. Those are important because building those and keep them healthy makes life better. Wealth, that comes in all forms. It's not just money in the bank, right? What is it that makes you feel wealthy? Then we get down to the plan of it all. And when I say the plan, I need to know all the details that you need to achieve in the next 90 days. So if you have great, big, huge, audacious goals, I don't want you to be making your lifelong plan in this book. What I want you to do is be real about what you can accomplish in the next 90 days and break it down, and so that you can celebrate some wins. And that includes your mindset, your emotional well-being, the relationships, the wealth. And then we get right into the calendar. And once you get into the calendar, what's going to happen is you're going to have your start date You're going to mark your start date in there. We need it documented. And I want your existing situation. And then why you have that existing situation. If you can get that in there, that would be ideal. And then you have to document what changes you're going to be making. There's a whole bunch of extra room for some extra notes. And then we get down to work. So on day one, every day when you wake up, I recommend sitting down with your journal for 10 minutes and filling out the first page for sure for that day. And you're going to get right down to affirmations. So there's a place in here, you're going to say your affirmations. It's not enough just to say them. I don't want this to be a thinking thing. I want you to actually feel your affirmations. And then you put it away. At the end of your day, last 10 minutes, you're going to come in and you're going to tell me or you're going to tell yourself, you're going to write in your journal, what are your achievements for the day? You're going to mark them down because it's important to celebrate the wins. What are you grateful for? And then you're going to fill out the rest of the 2 pages, lots of rooms for notes, lots of things to keep you on track. And then you move on to day 2, rinse and repeat for the next 90 days. And at the very end, once you get down to the 90 days, you get to note what your accomplishments are. And it's crazy when you're actually just taking 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, what you can achieve in 90 days, because you're always reminding yourself to stay on track. So if you are ordering this book, don't order it unless you're going to use it, because it is pointless if it just sits on your shelf and does nothing. But if you're really ready to make a change and you can figure out what you can do in the next 90 days, this thing here will keep you on track. It's changed my life. That's probably why. And the reason I wrote this book is because I got sick of writing it on individual pieces of paper, and I wanted it in one handy dandy little spot. And it was easier for me to get this thing in here so that I could order them, and my life has been easy ever since. But I am now ready to share it with you. I hope that you have found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, post them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Bye for now.